Hello, and welcome to Let's Try. We're trying Star Trucker. I've already covered this, but I covered it before it came out, and now it's come out. I would have covered it last week, but I was doing my little charity stream for LGBT Foundation, so I didn't have a chance. But Raw Fury were kind enough to send me a code, and I've actually been really looking forward to this game. So here we are. I was a little bit surprised to see that the game starts basically in exactly the same way as the demo, but I mean, that shouldn't be too surprising. But I guess I'm very used to demos being like almost self-enclosed versions of the game. But yeah, so I'm doing a little mission here. We're picking up a septic tank actually, which is interesting. And I'm still getting tutorialized because this is basically my first mission after I've completed the first mission. And we'll be doing this. This is worth about 1,500 whatever space dollars, if you like. And I'm going to be playing this for, I don't know, maybe half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, and then I'll throw a link in the description if you want to check it out yourself. I do recommend this game based on my experience in the demo. I don't think too much has changed, to be honest. It's just a more full experience, but I do think it has a couple more features. Just lining myself up here. This is actually not the view I want. That's the view I want. This is the docking view, and then I'm just gonna line it up. So I'll talk a little bit about my feelings for Star Trucker and my expectations, because it's a very interesting idea. I think this game is either going to be a huge hit or a huge miss for a lot of people. You're either going to get it or you're not, I think. Not that there's a lot to understand here. We're going to look at our galactic map here for a second. Tab to access the galactic map at any time. So I've got this big old map. I guess not everything is accessible right away. Maybe when we get to some of these other sectors, then we'll have a bit more open up to us. And it looks like some of these guys are a one-way loop, which is interesting to me. Let's look at our map key. Hyper highway, plotted journey doesn't really show us what this dependency loop means necessarily, but that's okay, we'll get there. So we're currently at Atlas Prime. I think our job is at Purity. Yes. Okay, so we're selecting that so that we can go there. We can have a look at our cargo. Apparently these are the items in our currently on our ship, or our truck, I suppose. We have a skill tree. I don't have any points yet. This shows us the jobs we've done. I really like this game is very clean. They've done the developers have done a very good job of making it a very clean experience, maybe even too polished in some regards, because I'll talk a little bit about that. Let me see here. Trailer is at 82%. That's not really what you want to see. So we have to go to Purity, so that's 4 miles away. Let's go ahead and get ourselves out of this bay. Low power. Our power is low. We do have a spare battery. Be sure to replace power cells at regular intervals to prevent system failures, job delays, and death. Okay. Well, let's see what where would we know that. So apparently our gravity is at low power, and I do happen to know I have first-hand experience that having your gravity crap out on you is not really what you want. Now hold on a second. I do turn off a couple of power options in order to save power. So here we go. Mezzanine lights. I don't know if it's mezzanine lights we need. I think, yeah, it's just the rear cabin we need. And we got ourselves, I think, yeah, this is a power cell. We'll grab this, put it here for a second. Very tactile game. They're very much going for a tactile experience here. So where is it that I have to? I think the gravity is actually down here somewhere. Gravity compensator. It might actually, yeah, here we go. Lift here for gravity access. There's a way to do this without losing gravity. Maybe it might be that I'm just wrong about that. It might be that I have to turn off the system before. I don't know. Let's just do it. Looks like your gravity compensator is offline. Movement around your cab will be impacted and damage is likely to occur to poorly stowed items. System can be found under the lower stairs. Yeah, I gotcha. we're just replacing the battery, and it looks like I have 6 degrees of freedom when I'm in that view. I don't know. So there's a couple of interesting things, complaints I've seen and heard about regarding this game. I kind of want to talk about them. I haven't really fully experienced them myself, but let's talk about them. We're going to turn off the rear lights. That actually does save a bit of power. In fact, you can even go above and beyond and turn off front cab lights. And you can even turn off headlights. I don't know why you would want headlights in space, TBH, but you know, I'm not going to question it too much. I'm not sure why we still have lights at all, to be honest. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like having the interior lights just so I can see things a bit better inside. All right, so we're going to turn things around. So a couple things that I've heard people complain about is that things get loose. Like, there's no really good way to stow items. So, you know, as soon as your gravity dies, or as soon as you lurch forward, or as soon as anything really happens to your truck, all of your items get like thrown around, and there's not much to do about that. I don't know if that's something, a planned feature that you know, the developers have in mind to, you know, an upgrade for your truck is that you can like stow items away or batten them down. Basically, it does seem like a slight oversight. You know, it seems like it would be the first problem people want to solve is like, hey, I don't want my filters to get damaged, and therefore I'm gonna put the, you know, stow them away in a box or something. But we're gonna maybe experience that firsthand, and I'll see if I can't find a solution for it myself. Regarding the interface, I feel like Star Trucker is a natural progression game for anyone who is interested in either whoop, we're drifting a little bit. Oh yeah, there it is. Cool. I'm historically very bad at these kind of games. For anyone who's played a truck simulator game and who's ever played a space sim and enjoys freighting, basically, you know, space faring or space trucking in any space sim game, I think that, you know, Star Trucker is going to be the game for them. I do think that it is a pretty good execution on the idea. However, I do have some slight reservations here and there. I do think it is actually kind of maybe too polished in some ways. It somehow narrowly avoids the almost expected janky interface that one comes to know, and I won't say appreciate, but just kind of know when it comes to simulator games. And it almost makes this game feel more gamey. It feels kind of gamey. Which isn't necessarily a problem. I think it's a good idea, but for people looking for a simulator, I mean, it's not called simulator. But it certainly acts like one. I mean, this game is a simulator. It's going for truck simulator. There's no question about it. I think that anyone who enjoys truck simulator will probably enjoy Star Trucker. So it's a fairly difficult balance that they're trying to strike here. Let me see, jump not available. I have to get even closer. So I don't know, Star Trucker, is it a game or is it a simulator? I think you should be the judge of that. I would argue that the best simulators, the ones that I enjoy, are gamified. They're the ones that have a strong sense of progression. They're the ones that have a strong sense of kind of like curveballs and twists and turns and almost strategy. Like Truck Simulator, I think that one of the reasons it's as popular as it is because it refuses to be just a kind of a collection of mundane tasks. Like, you know, and this game has that same sense of like, you know, you are embracing mundane, kind of like, I don't know how to put it necessarily, but like almost boredom, a zen boredom, if you will. I like that the other AI will swerve around you. I appreciate that. I think simulators at their heart are about embracing kind of mundanity. I don't know if that's a word, but you know, like the zen boredom of doing normal chores or tasks or anything. Like consider any of the strong simulators, things like House Flipper, things like Truck Simulator, you know, Mechanic Simulator, Car Simulator. There's a certain appreciation, enjoyment, a satisfaction in doing fairly tedious tasks. It embraces tedium. I have kind of mentioned this before, but I do think that that is the case. So careless driving, we got dinged for that. You definitely you're gonna get more money if you drive better than I, but not bad actually, and we still are in the black, so I'm pretty happy with that. And we ranked up. And you know, like with games like Truck Simulator, you know, you level up, you do like you upgrade your license, and then you are able to take bigger loads and you know, more valuable loads and make more money in with less jobs, and eventually you can pay off your loan on your truck and even buy your own truck. And I think that that progression is very, very strong. Is it as strong in Star Trekker? Well, I don't know. Unlock jobs with tight deadlines. 10% cash. Those are pretty good percentages. I kind of wish they were a little bit stronger. I don't know if you can take these skills multiple times. Sometimes that is an option. It looks like they have higher tier versions and not necessarily like you take it multiple times. But we've got 2 branches, safe and sound and fast and risky. Well, it seems like I am fast and risky, so let's go ahead and take that. So now we can take, we get incentives for taking just-in-time jobs, ones that I have to rush for. We have no cargo, we just dropped it off. We do have a battery. I like that we have a like almost invoice of you know, all of our stuff. We do have some hard cases, so maybe we want to buy more cases in order to solve the... Oh yeah? Okay, we gotta go back then. I think we do have a story in this game. I almost feel like a story is going to be off-putting for people who are like very into the sandbox and open nature of simulator games. They want to kind of forge their own path. They don't want a story, but I don't know. I may be presuming there. So I guess that's my concern, is that like for me, my hopes and expectations for a game like Star Trekker is to really truly embrace like almost tedium, very like hyper fidelity kind of like interactions and how you are, you know, keeping your truck going, keeping it maintained, and you know, also a little bit of fidelity in how you gosh, are you guys gonna let me through? Actually, this guy's gonna, I guess I have to get in line. Maybe I'm cutting here. I'm gonna get behind this guy. I don't know why it defaults to the front view when I hit the C button. It's a little bit unfortunate. Like, you know, I think that when I started this game, it didn't really, oh God, I am so bad at understanding direction here. Okay, here we go. We're good. When I started the game, they don't really tell you anything. Like, is this my truck? Do I have it on loan? Do I, you know, like, am I paying off a loan? Am I paying off a mortgage? Maybe those things come in time, but I honestly think it would have been prudent to mention those almost right away. Like, you start in the cabin and you are told repair your truck, and that's pretty much it. And I do think that that is maybe going to be a misfire for some people. I think that you want to have a stronger sense of... Okay. Yo, compliance and security implies the presence of crime. I wonder if we can do crimes in this game.
Thank you for your time. You are clear to proceed. Have a safe trip.
So we're gonna meet Sour Candy. we'll see what that looks like. That is certainly new. And then I'm gonna have to fuel up because we're running out. Also, we may have noticed we got dinged. So yeah, I hit something. Therefore, we have a leak.
You here for that job I mentioned?
Yep. Sure. Give me the rundown.
Great. I'm looking for someone to haul something to Emerald Junction. I do it myself, but I really need to get back to my workshop.
Okay.
Some sweet lettuce on delivery, though.
What am I hauling?
Just a little something for Barrow. Nothing crazy, though. Scout's honor.
Hmm.
Now, just give me a moment. Okay, I've sent you the delivery schedule. If you're
Okay.
too early, there'll be nowhere to park the trailer. And if you're too late, Barrow will need the shipment anyway. So the trick is to optimize your route. It might be a quick turnaround, but you can't make it too quick. You copy?
Roger.
Perfect. Catch me on the flip-flop and let me know how it shakes out.
Okay, pick up stuff for Barrow from Bay HLMO. HLMO doesn't look like it's here. Nope, the cargo's right over there. Game does have very nice indicators for showing you where things are. I do think I should go to refuel. Let's go to Astroco Fuel. Or, you know what? We could check out Atlas Prime Auto Essentials. Let's see what that's about. See what we can spend our cash on. You might notice that there are like the equivalent of space highways, and I mentioned this in my previous coverage, but you are incentivized to use those because if you don't, then you're gonna, you know, well, you can see it. There's a lot of space junk, and they will damage your truck, and then you'll have the problem of having to repair your truck. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you don't want to damage your truck. So following highways is actually incentivized, and I appreciate that. I think that does kind of lean into the, you know, like the high fidelity of like tedium. I don't know how to put it other than that, but like it's not just like you want to embrace doing a tedious job. You also want to embrace doing it with precision, and I think that that is the important part for these kind of games. You know, things like following speed limits, for instance, things like maintaining your cabin, your truck, I think are important. Paying off loans. Eventually, you know, what is like extra brownie points on top is being able to like hire people based on their skill, managing them, even maybe managing a schedule, which, you know, like those kind of things are also important, but that's where truck simulator type games kind of bleed into management sims. Auto Essentials. Let's check out both. I guess Auto Essentials is going to be things like batteries. Let's check that out. And you know, I do like a lot of what's going on in Star Trucker. I appreciate that, like, you know, the things like switching over our camera so that we can dock properly is quite nice. I'm kind of I'm a little bit divided as to whether or not I like that there's no 6 degrees of movement. That the truck kind of moves like a rocket almost. Like you can't move it up, like purely up and down. You have to move it in a direction. The docking is a little bit too forgiving in my opinion. I think it does, it's a little bit lax, and it means that you can, you know, knowing that it's a little bit forgiving means that you can come at it at like wild angles. So we could buy some cardboard boxes. I wonder if those function in much the same way as like containers. Let's buy a couple of cardboard boxes. We can buy a fuel canister. I would assume that means we can fuel that up, and then if we find ourselves stranded, then, you know, then we have power cells, and then we have other power cells. I'm not sure. Okay, they do differ in charge, but I'm not sure what the point here is when one only has 50 more charge but is double the price. I guess it just means that you don't need as many of them. Then we have air filters. Those are very expensive. Good lord. Then we have UCCs. Those are the chips that these can get fried if you're not careful. I do know about that. So I don't know. I'll buy a fuel canister. Oh, those are expensive actually. All right, let's just buy a couple of cardboard boxes. Order will be delivered to your airlock immediately. Cool. I do kind of wish there was a easy way of accessing the store after you've already accessed it. Like, you know, I've bought some stuff and I kind of want to just like, you know, can I please look again, just, you know, in case I missed something. That doesn't seem to be. Oh, I see. That's interesting. Was it convoy? These are characters that we can do tasks for. That's interesting. So there's your kind of story progression system. Maybe you can like totally ignore it. It looks like our hull is quite low. I would like to check out the upgrade shop to see what is available. Does this open? Doesn't look like it opens. Oh, now it's opening? Oh, I wonder if I just drive in. I don't have to dock. Okay, so let's repair the hull. Apparently that costs 0. I wonder if that's just for first time repairs. Subsystems. Okay, so these are, we can upgrade these. Cargo damage resistance, interesting. Suit station sensor tuning. Okay, these are good things to have. Propulsion, turbo pump system. Acceleration and brake power is goes up to 10% for 750. Top speed is increased by 3%. I'm a firm believer in never make anything less than 5 or 10%. I don't know how much this 3% really feels, but like 3% is just such nothing that I don't ever understand the point of something like that. I suppose since you can upgrade it so many times that 3% starts to feel good when it's like when you've upgraded it 5 times, but I do think that that's just such a small amount. But also I feel like this is kind of gamified again, like, you know, rather than upgrading literally the top speed, why don't you show me and tell me about different engine types that have different power requirements, that have different kinds of like, you know, I don't know, inertial dampeners, whatever, make up some sci-fi stuff, but kind of get into the nitty gritty of it, and that will like sell the whole prospect to me, the whole immersive kind of world to me. This feels gamified again, and I think that that's where Star Trucker is maybe bumping heads with its main user base. But that's just me. Engine control unit fuel efficiency. That's something I wouldn't mind having. We can shell out for that, sure. I don't know if it's planned to have like any kind of visual upgrade on those. So I guess I must own this truck because it seems to me like if I can upgrade it, I must own it. I don't know if that's true or fair. Passive discharge rate increases dissipation of external electrical charge to protect sensitive truck systems. Thermal insulation reinforced plate. What is this? Increased protection from extreme temperatures, and your temperature control system will use less power. Increases dissipation of external electrical charge. These are probably all good things to have. I'll do an upgrade of both of them. Anything that helps my charge is probably a good idea. There's not a lot here, I will say. Sensor tuning, I'm not sure what that's gonna mean, but looks like we're pretty good. We can leave. I wonder if other upgrade stations will have different stuff going on. There is a fairly large world, you know, so there's a lot of potential for filling it out with, you know, with curveballs, stations that have different systems, maybe even a black market. Oh god, we're drifting again. God damn it. Well, at least we didn't damage our truck. Like I said, I think that the game could go a little bit harder, even with like how you drive. Like I don't know, it's a little bit weird and floaty. You're not really fully aware of your, you know, what direction you're moving in. Maybe like, you know, get kind of sciencey with it. Like, you don't have to give me an apoapsis and periapsis. I mean, obviously that wouldn't make sense because we don't have gravity that we're adhered to at all. But like, you know, there was a VR game I was playing for a bit that I really liked, which was like Cargo Handler or something, that would show you both the direction you're pointed in and also the direction you are currently moving in. You had a bit more freedom of movement, but you also had more things you had to be aware of. And you also moved a bit quicker, and that meant that there were higher risks in like crashing into things. So, you know, I do think that a bit more risk could have been added here. That being said, I did only pick the recommended difficulty settings, so it might be that higher difficulty settings add those things. However, I have heard that what they really do is just kind of add more events for your truck, like systems failing and stuff that you have to like, you know, try and repair on the moment and on the fly. And those aren't necessarily bad, but when they are happening very often, it's not necessarily good either. Looks like there's a salvage beacon. Okay, let's check that out real quick. Well, now I have damaged my truck. Oh no, apparently not. I do really wish I could move my truck like upwards, like not tilted upwards, but like vertically move it upwards. But maybe the game gets a little bit too easy at that point. Maybe like that would be a nice thing. I would upgrade my truck if I knew that it could do that. Let's get out of our seat, and I'll get out of the truck. This is something you're gonna do almost right away. Oh man, we got these cardboard boxes. Let's have a look at this real quick. Actually, I'm gonna turn. Can I really can't access the controls at all, huh? Kind of wish that the seat would like scoot back a bit when I get out of it. Let's turn on the cab lights. I think that's all I need. And I'm gonna check out this box for just a second, see what we can do with it. So we can open it up. This is a battery with low charge. Okay, so you can put stuff in there, and that actually would help a lot, even if this box gets like thrown around. Like, look at this. This thing is fragile. Why is it on the ground? Why was it on a shelf? What, like, come on. Is this something I have to think about doing, like, as soon as I get in the game, is buying a cardboard box and throwing all my stuff in, and then does that just remove any and all risk from for things being, you know, disturbed? You can call that a nitpick if you want. I you know, I question it. I'm not necessarily tearing the game apart for that, but I do question it. Let's throw another cardboard. At least the cardboard box are cheap. All right, let's go out. I don't have to repair my truck, but I do want to check this out because this looks like something. I wonder if I should have brought a cardboard box, and then I could have stored things away. So what do we got? There's some Monster energy drinks. Actually, yes. Oh. We have some beer. Crate of beer. Actually beer. Okay. Do we have anything useful here? Is that pickles? Painkillers. Okay. I don't think I want any of this. I'm sure painkillers are very useful, but they're definitely not a utility for me right now. All right, let's jump back into the truck. Good Lord, my truck is tilted right now. Make sure you put your suit away. Your suit gets charged. So it's got a charge and also gets refueled like for oxygen. We definitely should have hit up the fuel station. Yeah, I mean, definitely the way you move in this game feels like moving a truck in space. I'm not going to argue with that. It definitely does not feel like moving a spaceship. And I think that's fine. That's fair. I am not going to question that at all. But it certainly doesn't, like, if you're expecting spaceship 6 degrees of freedom at all, do not. That is not the experience that they're going for here. Hitched stuff for Barrow. All right, let's have a look at where we're going. Looks like we're going right around. Looks like we're gonna have to get on the highway again. Where is refueling? It is pretty much in the same direction, so we'll go ahead and head that way. Little quality of life feature I would appreciate. Not a nitpick, just a quality of feature. Quality of life feature is, I really appreciate games like this when they let you access a folder of MP3s and basically supplant your own soundtrack for the radio. I think that would be really nice. I'm not sure if that isn't already an option and I'm not seeing it. I do have a knack of asking for things that are already in the game. I always think that they're honking like out of protest, like they're letting me know, hey, you're too right, but actually I think they're just like, that's the honk of camaraderie right there. So yeah, honk honk. I don't know how to honk my horn, TBH. So okay, our fuel station is right there, so we're gonna go ahead and refuel before we head off to drop this cargo off for Barrow. I will drop this off before I end the video. We've had a look at the upgrades. We haven't really had a look at the customization options, but it looks like it's locked, so maybe we have to do a couple jobs for Diego before that becomes available. I do think here are my hopes for Star Trekker, and it's gonna sound like a mixed maybe a mixed criticism, but I think right now Star Trekker as it is, as I've played it, it feels like a good foundation, but I do think it could use a little bit more work. I know that there are certain things that I would like to see that are just not going to get changed. That's fine. That is, you know, definitely it's going to commit to a vision of what this kind of experience looks like. But I actually would love to see some DLC for this game that adds a little bit more fidelity of interaction and a little bit more nuance. Wow, you are gonna cut right across my front. Where are you going, bud? I will say I do appreciate the AI. They do kind of work intelligently in a way. I think that they work the way they would work, to put it lightly. Okay, so let's fuel up our truck. Let's see how expensive this is going to be. Do I have to do it manually also? I think I asked this question the first time I played this game. Yeah, and I think I had very much the same kind of issue with this part of the game as I do now. When I first played it, this could have been something. This is an opportunity for more fidelity of action. I could have, you know, gotten out of my truck and manually refueled. I don't know if maybe that's something I can do. But I think that was a missed opportunity there, and I think that that's maybe where Star Trekker doesn't fully commit to the bit as much as it could. So where are we going? We're going to Emerald Junction, which means we actually have to do 2 stops. And what's interesting here is that this is a different kind of junction. A plotted journey is what that looks like. So let's check out what that looks like, and then we'll get our delivery going here. The AI really does have to be intelligent for this kind of game, because they have to have a plotted route, but they also have to account for the player moving around and you know, like kind of account for other things going on. You don't want them to crash into each other. You don't want them to crash into buildings. That really kind of breaks the immersion of the whole thing. You do want them to be kind of an obstacle. You do want them to be something that the player has to account for. Those are all things that matter a lot for this kind of experience, in my opinion. So I do think that the AI is done well. I think it was probably, if I'm guessing, one of the hardest parts for, you know, committing for the bit. I do appreciate the whole like Stargate thing. I think that is a clever way of you know, having a kind of a differentiating between like just trucking within the sector and then like moving to other sectors. I don't think it would have made as much sense to like have trucks built with hyperspace built in, but you could have done it. I mean, it works in Elite Dangerous, the way you have to like kind of reach hyperspace and, you know, slow down and figure things out. What's this? Can I get your 20? What's the who's calling?
This is GP checking on a report of an unregistered freight job. You hauling something for Sour Candy?
I'm pretty sure Sour Candy registered it.
Yeah, all right. I'll let it slide this time.
Okay, so we committing crimes.
Future, all right?
We committing crimes.
Look, the DIV ain't as lenient as me.
Okay. Interesting. So Express Gate to Emerald Junction. I'm curious how that's gonna work. I'm gonna follow this highway for now. Again, you are like highly incentivized to figure out the route. I do kind of wish that you know, maybe there was a bit more what's the term? Conveyance as to where the highways are. Like if this was genuinely how things worked in a space faring setting, there might be a bit more signage, or maybe you would even have built-in things in your truck, like your truck window would actually be like a computer interface that would show you, hey, by the way, Route 49 is about 30 parsecs to your east or something like that. I don't know. It does a bit more to sell the sci-fi setting, and also, you know, gives the player something to hook onto in terms of like trying to like interact with this world in a very nuanced way. Like, oh, I saw a rock. I didn't know if it was gonna hit me. So what's the difference between a gate and an express gate? Let's find out together. Toll is 150, huh? Didn't even realize there was a toll. It looks like the express gate is purple. Dang, it looks, I guess it's a little bit faster.
Well, how about that then? Perfectly on time, right on the stopwatch. Head on over and attach the merch at these coordinates. We'll have this job wrapped up in no time at all.
Okay. I am not sure how I was meant to figure out, like, if I click on that, okay, this is how. This tells you how long that destination counts. But then again, not to nitpick, but like, how can I change the route? Perfect timing. Restricted cargo explosives. There's definitely is a lot of nuance going on here that I wasn't aware of. But like, how place, okay, what if we, instead of clicking here, what if we did like this and then that? Okay, so that's how, if you want to like maybe for instance take a little bit longer, you can by dropping waypoints. Okay, I like that. I appreciate that. That is a kind of you know, strategy and like, you know, nuanced decision making that I'm talking about. So I do appreciate that. All right, so this is gonna be a little bit tricky. We're coming in at an angle. Shouldn't be too bad. Also, this is a fairly small bay. Feels a bit tight. I guess it feels tight now, but you know, once you get pretty close, it's not gonna feel that bad. Don't make it weird. Okay, I overshot it a little bit. That's fine. We're gonna back up a bit. Careless driving. I'm not sure what I did. I guess I knocked something, but it's still a paycheck is a paycheck, and that's a pretty good paycheck. Not enough to level up on, though.
Thanks for the delivery, Lucky.
All right.
Keep you in mind next time I need something doing on the sly.
Well,
Oh yeah, Candy said she's headed to Medusa 6. Head that way if you want to catch up with her.
okay.
For me, it's back to the old grind.
Well, I will say I appreciate that it's not linear in terms of like what storyline you follow. It looks like actually the way the storyline works is things are actually kind of chaining together, and you have to do, you know, follow up on certain characters if you want to follow up on other storylines. That's kind of interesting. I like that. That's a good way of doing things. Complete all side jobs to prepare Moon Baby for one final job. That's interesting. One last side job locked. I wonder if there's like an actual ending to the game.
Catch you later, Lucky. This is Barrow out and in the clear.
Okay. So we can hit this station over here. I'll hit this station real quick just to cap off the video to show you. Actually, that's not a station. That's a highway. I guess that's the interface that I was talking about a bit there. It does let you know, or it shows you, but it shows you based on the waypoints that I set here. If I don't have those turned on, it'll show you by looking at them, but like I can't look at the ones behind me unless I turn right around. I don't know. I think there could be a little bit more there. Maybe I'm nitpicking. Maybe I'm nitpicking a little bit, but I guess my expectations for a simulator game are a little bit higher, and you know, it's I think the devil is in the details. It really is. For simulator type games, I think the devil is in the details. It's in every single blade of grass. Like, you are farming, you care about what you're farming, how long it takes, the kind of nutrients in the soil, the kind of fertilizer you're using, how long it's going to sit in the day, how long it takes to grow that crop, how long it takes to yield, and what season you're doing it in. All of that stuff matters. So the bar is quite high when it comes to a simulator type game. Is my bar as high? No. I'm going to enjoy this game quite a lot. I am going to thoroughly enjoy this experience. It's pretty much exactly what I was hoping for. I was looking for a fairly casual, you know, spacefaring, truck simming type kind of game, and I think it fills that niche very nicely. So don't take anything I'm saying here as really like criticism so much as hopes and ambitions. I would love to see this game maybe get a post 1.0 update that fills in a couple of these nooks and crannies that matter a bit to me and possibly other people that were looking for those. And maybe also I would love to see Star Trekker get a DLC. And not a DLC with just more space. Like, I know that's very, very you know, common for Truck Simulator. Like, okay, now we're doing Baltimore, and now we're doing Boston, and now we're doing Ohio, and all of these places that are getting filled out on the map, and that's nice. Personally, I would like to see a business management DLC added to Star Trekker, where like, you know, you have to pay off your truck, you have to you can buy a truck, you can upgrade a truck, maybe you can also start hiring people and start a truck business on the side. Maybe there's some like a black market thing going on, I don't know, but you know, like, just more stuff that you can interact with, and also more stuff that you can ignore. I know that's a weird one, but I think that really does a lot to kind of sell the simulation. So that's my hope for Star Trekker, but as it is right now, I do like it. I do like it. So I'm looking forward to playing more of it. My spare. There's a lot of good games coming out lately, honestly. It's a little bit scary. So you know, even for me in my off time, I like every nook and cranny of my schedule has been filled with like amazing releases. So thank you very much to Raw Fury for throwing me a code, and I'm looking forward to more of this. I'm looking forward to seeing how it develops as well. I may come back to Star Trekker after it, you know, if it does get a big update, and talk a bit more about it. But if you did enjoy this, definitely hit the like button. Consider subscribing for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.